Welcome yet again to the PimoLems level something commentary video series, and today we're going to be starting the second special rank, which is called 1. And we are starting with 1-1. Very nice. Swallowing Lemmings. And there is a time limit of 1 minute. And the reason for the rank being called 1 is because of the fact that all 20 levels in this rank have a time limit of 1 minute. So I find it very fascinating that Pieuw was able to make a full rank of those that have a time limit of 1 minute. And I would consider this my most favorite of the special ranks of the pack. It's not to say that the pickaxe rank wasn't good, because it was, but I like the 1 rank even better. Mostly due to the fact that I love time limits in this game, and I am also a very huge numbers fan. Yeah, I love math a lot, so yeah, I am one of those people that certainly doesn't mind time limits. And oh, I have three replays here. I think two of them were just slight variations of one of the other. Um, but my practice is to always go with the most recent one though. And basically, from what I remembered, yeah, when I played through the original Lemmings and Oh No More Lemmings, yeah, I always found it very fun to like basically just like do the level with just one worker at a time, and also release the crowd. Yeah, after the pack has been done completely, so as to like see how much time remains when the lemmings get to the exit. Yeah, in a way, I just find that always a lot of fun to do, and I don't know, I just get a kick out of it. Yeah, just seeing how much time remains. Yeah, when you release the crowd as late as possible. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but well, that's just me. So yes. Anyway, first lemming just builds over the gap, and then I max out the release rate. And then second lemming becomes a blocker. He becomes a pass-through one, so that everyone else just falls through the blocker and is still able to go to the right. And yes, for your losses to the sucker trap, unfortunately you have to take the losses as you go, because you don't have any digging destructive skills or bombers to get to bypass them. So unfortunately, there's no way to avoid losses to the traps here. So yes, that meets the requirement exactly, and with about 15 seconds remaining. And then as for the first replay, yeah, let's see what that is. I think it's just simply building across the gap here. Yes, the red R already disappeared, so therefore that was the only thing I did. Yeah, before I maxed out the release rate. Yeah, so as you can see, he merges with the crowd. Yeah, near the tail end of the crowd here, but pretty much the effect is the exact same as if using a blocker. Yeah, the blocker was just really there to like turn the builder around sooner. But the overall effect is that you still finish the level by saving the requirement exactly. So it was actually around 16 seconds to spare. Oh, it says that my record was 23. How was that possible? Yeah, unless it's somebody else's record. Yeah, not mine. But no, I am pretty certain that this record was mine though. Maybe that's what the second replay is for. So let me see. So what happened here? So build across the gap, max out the release rate. Oh yes. I used the floaters provided here to put the lemmings in groups of 2s here. So this minimizes losses more. Yeah, not a whole lot more, but like it does help you save extra though. So yeah, it's still pretty fun. Yeah, for the first level in the 1 rank, to basically challenge yourself to see how much you can save. Yeah, over the requirement here. So just thanks to the fact that there are floaters provided here as well. Yeah, the climbers on the other hand, and the blockers, they don't seem to do much here to help you save more. 1-2 off-centered. Okay, and then as usual, I time limit of 1 minute here. So yes, here you're given 10 bombers, but a lot of them are red herrings. As a matter of fact, you can only use up to 3. Yeah, since you can only lose up to a maximum of 3. So after 5 lemons, I go ahead and max out the release rate. So bomb here to make a turnaround point for the others. And then bomb again to get over here. And then finally bomb one more time to make a safe fall. And it's perfectly fine you bomb over here. Yeah, because this will still be a safe fall. Yeah, there's a couple of pixels leeway here. However, you do have to bomb through this platform though, because if you let them fall off the platform, yeah, they're just going to fall straight to the bottom, which is splat height. And as you can see, yeah, if you decide to make another turnaround point here, then you have to make another turnaround point here. And that's already 3 bombers. So therefore, by the time you get here, yeah, to bomb through to make a safe fall for the others, you have to use 4 bombers, which you are not allowed. You can only use up to 3. So yes, very nice red herring here, though, into making you think that you can go another way. But no, you have to go this route. Yeah, otherwise you'll lose too many. 1-3, square dealing. And if I am not mistaken, I believe this is a load inspired by, from one of PimoLems. Yeah, it might be the second load of that pack. Except you don't really do any, like, Digger Basher staircases here. Alright, first limit goes on ahead, and then second limit with Bash to delay the others for a bit, to give this guy enough time to build across the gap. So the first limiter turns back to the left. He will go ahead and bash in such a way that he stops and also makes a turnaround point for everyone else. Yeah, not so long that it takes too long to get to the exit though. So yes, one happened to slip by, but this is more than enough time to build across the gap. Yeah, so that he lands on the other side. Yep, and that's already it. So really the main challenge here is just finishing on time. Yeah, the solution should be pretty obvious given that you only have 4 skills available to you. Yeah, the main challenge just comes from finishing on time. And also making sure that you create enough of a spacing so that the builder has enough time to build over the gap. Or build across the gap. Yeah, before anyone arrives and falls to the bottomless pit. 1-4, extremely lem and incredibly close. Okay, this node will pretty much be it's probably like the hardest one up to this point in the rank. Yeah, of course there are lows harder than this one, but yeah, up to this point in the rank so far, this would be considered the hardest one. Yeah, all the lows that we have seen so far. So we start with an entrance that's just so ever incredibly close to the exit, but they start off to the right of it, and they are going in the wrong direction. So what do we do here? So what we need to do is make a builder wall here. Yeah, but it is one in reverse, where we stack 3 builders right on top of one another. And then with the fourth lemmy, I go ahead and make him a floater. This is essentially to allow him to dig and also be able to turn around. Yeah, because the builder has laid the brick to add more to the height of the builder wall. Yeah, to turn him around. So, and that's already it. These 3 builders go on ahead to drown. Yeah, but everyone else will go to the exit. So yes, normally you would make the builder wall going to the left, yeah, in the opposite direction. So to turn everyone else back the other way. But there's no way to turn them around to do so. So you have to do the builder wall in reverse here. But it's essentially the same thing, except you need like an extra skill to keep them safe. Yeah, in this case the digger. And that's already it. So, kind of remember this, folks. Yeah, because this can definitely come in handy. 1-5, Temple Ruins. So, probably a bit harder than than all the previous levels that we've seen so far. And this one also runs pretty close to the wire on time as well. But as it turns out, yeah, you actually do not need to max out the release rate at all. Yeah, or change the release rate for that matter for with solving this level, because you will still finish with time to spare. And with that being said, I believe it is also possible to do Unlimited without changing the release rate as well, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't remember what I did, but I guess I will find out when I upload my solutions to that to those levels on that engine. But anyway, first lemming goes on ahead, who will get a floater, and then second lemming blocks behind on at the top there. Yeah, and then he of course builds across the water gap. And then first lemming turns back to the left. He will go ahead and dig. Yeah, and he will already be low enough so that nobody slips past the digger pit. Yeah, and that's pretty much already it for these lemmings up here, who will just go to the left exit. But here we need to save everyone. And so, with the last lemming from the entrance, I go ahead and mine the blocker free. Yeah, and of course the blocker who got freed gets a floater. Yeah, and we pretty much do it before he falls. Yeah, to delay him as much as possible, to give this builder enough time to bash through the wall. And then, to ensure finishing on time, yeah, I go ahead and give the miner a floater as close to the ground as possible. Or as close to the ground as possible. Because you look at the time here. Yeah, we finished with 3 seconds remaining. And so you could assign the floater a bit earlier to the miner, but it will run it even closer to running out of time. Although you can certainly finish with more time to spare by maxing out the release rate, for example. Yeah, then you could probably finish up to maximum maybe upwards of maybe 6 or 7 extra seconds or so. Or rather 6 to 7 seconds remaining, yeah, to spare. 1/6, the magic box. So, a pretty neat trick here. Okay, first lemming that reaches the wall will bash. And then, not with the next several, but after, I believe, 4? Yeah, 4 lemmings turn back to the left. I'll go ahead and start digging. So essentially, we're just going to go ahead and assign diggers as we get to the edge of the basher tunnel. So to lower the basher each time, so that he is able to get through the rest of the wall and create a path to the exit for the others, for him and the others. And due to the way that the digger works, yeah, he removes a pixel of terrain each time, and which is not enough to interrupt the basher. But instead, he just gets lower with each digger that is assigned further to the right. Yeah, and we also need to keep the staircase ascendable as well. Yeah, in other words, it needs to be step-overable to the right. So, it appears that I used 4 diggers here. 4 diggers. 6 diggers, sorry. And that's it. So, 8 seconds remaining here. One sound, straightforward. And this, if I am not mistaken, is very heavily inspired by a level for PimoLems. So for those who have played through PimoLems and got to this point in the PimoLems pack, yeah, one will clearly see that this level was heavily inspired by the PimoLems though. Okay, so first let me get to Climber. Okay, and then block with the third lemming from the entrance, and then max out the release rate, and then put another blocker to get the crowd as tightly compressed as possible. Okay, and then around here I start digging with the climber that went over the top. Okay, and then once he's low enough, I go ahead and bash to the right. Okay, and then at this time, with 30 seconds remaining, I go ahead and bomb the right blocker to release the crowd. So, this basher on ground level, yeah, he finishes bashing just in the nick of time before the crowd arrives. Yep, and this basher in the meantime has finished as well. So, everyone can just walk to the exit now. Yep, and we finished with about 2 to 3 seconds remaining. And so, pretty much as a title suggests here, it is a very straightforward level. The main challenge here is just finishing on time, because it will probably most likely make the reaction of, how in the world do you finish this in just 1 minute? It is possible, and as you can see, I also had the basher remaining as well. So, certainly things could have been sped up here, yeah, to ensure finishing on time, but well, it is possible to, with just 2 bashers, yeah, as my solution shows here. And the very funny thing was that, like, I believe it was sometime last year. Was it last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. Yeah, there were some people who needed some help on this level, and so, yeah, I decided to give some hints. But the very funny thing was that when I recently got to that level, in my playthrough of this pack about a month ago or so, yeah, I all of a sudden couldn't remember how to solve it. Yeah, and so I struggled for a while, and then I realized, oh wait, this is how you do it. So yeah, that's the solution I came up with. 1-8, baptized with a perfect name. Okay, a pretty good level here in my opinion. Yeah, I really like this one. So, first lemming turns around, second lemming will bash, and 2 more lemmings will turn back to the left here. Okay, everyone else will be contained in here. Yeah, except for these 3. Who will do pretty much the rest of the work here. Okay, 1 lemming will turn back to the right, who will get a floater and get trapped in here. 2 will go on to the left here. So, not with the first one, he turns back to the right and bashes through this large wall. In the meantime, the second one bashes to the left. And then this floater, who came from up here, will bash to the left. So pretty much this is just as a way to ensure finishing on time. And then the one that goes to the right will bash the crowd free, and that's it. Yeah, and then the one that bashed through this one-way wall, yeah, he goes to the exit, of course. Yep, and that's it. So we finished with 3 seconds to spare here. And so I think it's still possible to maybe finish on time if I made the first lemming bash to the left, but then the second lemming will have to turn back to the right, while the basher is in progress. Or rather, while the basher tunnel is in progress. Yeah, I think it's still possible to finish on time there, but it will probably run a lot closer, yeah, to the wire on time. 1-9, lemmings will be lemmings. Okay, this is a pretty nice level as well, especially given that we have a one of everything skill set in the classic 8 skills here. So first lemming will build, second lemming will go on by to do the rest of the path, and then I block with the third lemming, you know, on the staircase, which also turns the builder around. But this is enough of a spacing to allow us to free the blocker later. Okay, and then yeah, when we get here, we're gonna go ahead and bash. Yeah, and then at this time, I go ahead and mine the blocker free when the basher is around here. And then here, yeah, I think there's a couple of places you can dig. So you can dig here, for example. But here I dug when I was close to the one-way wall. And that's it. So I believe here the intention is to send 2 lemmings on ahead. One will climb over the top and dig down here, while the second one will bash through here. And then, of course, mine the blocker free, and that's it. And I believe that's the solution I use on Lemon-Eye. Yeah, I can't quite remember, but I will see when I upload my solutions to the levels on that engine, yeah, later on. And yeah, I believe the it should finish with about the same amount of seconds to spare as well. Yeah, around 15 seconds. Alright, and the final level for this video, 110, bombing the whole way home. Certainly the hardest level up to this point in the rank. Yeah, and we are pretty much at the halfway point as well. I have 2 solutions here. I believe the first one is the intended solution I found, and then the second one was like, wait a minute, I think there's a possibility to backroute this. Let me just make sure. Oh yes. This is the back route, because here the change was that one of the builders was taken away, and so as a result, you can only get a maximum of 2 builders now. Because with the 3 builders that used to be available, yeah, I actually built with the third lemming here. Yeah, which is not possible anymore since we don't even start with a builder at the start anymore. And so the result is this. Okay, bomb here. Okay, and then we bomb with the lemming that goes back to the left. Yeah, so as to make a turnaround point for everyone else. Okay, and then we bomb at the edge here. And this creates a fall that's just safe. Yeah, by a single pixel. Yeah, according to the spot ruler here. So yes, we get a builder pickup. And then I delayed the second lemming with a climber. Yeah, so as to give the first lemming going back to left enough time to build across the gap. Because as you can see, he needs 2 builder bricks to get across that gap. And then this climber will go on ahead to build over this gap. And then everyone else will be released with the climber. Yeah, not long after. And here, yes, only 1 builder brick is needed to get across the gap. Yep, and that's it. So 3 climbers to spare here, but this is perfectly fine. Although I could have sworn here that the intended solution is a bit different, because I believe the intention is to go for the right exit. But here, I don't know if Icho got mixed up with the intended solution, or if he decided to make this the new intended solution instead. And it seems that it has to be this way, because otherwise, with one of the builders, yeah, it was possible to back route this. Although, I think it could still be made to work though, by maybe, for example, putting another builder pickup over here or something. But then again, oh yes, it should work. And then one of the builders will have to move. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe a builder before this gap, and then another builder across this gap, and then maybe another builder over here. But then again, it might make the solution a bit too obvious then. But even then, I would still consider this a pretty hard level. Yeah, it's not an easy level to figure out at all, especially with keeping the crowd safe and like what to do in how to get lemmings safe every time. Yeah, and basically just crowd management due to the high release rate. Okay, so that was 10 levels of the 1 rank. So next time we will finish up the remainder of the 1 rank. I hope you enjoyed this video, the PimoLems level solving commentary video series, and I'll see you all next time.